Okay, so for tidy toys, we want this to be an exercise that's continuing a retrieve. So if your dog doesn't have any retrieve or doesn't play with any items at all, tidy toys may not be an exercise that's quite right for your dog. Okay, so Cassie's not bothered about interacting with toys whatsoever, so this isn't one I do with her. However, Taylor loves doing things with toys now, so this is one of his favourites. You can't see his face, but he's getting very excited. Initially, you want to have something that's low enough that suits your dog. This is just about low enough for my guys. I wouldn't want to go any higher for them because they've got to lift their head up higher to drop the item in. And I want to keep it fun. Initially, find an item that your dog quite likes, and all you're doing is dropping it in the box. Oh, dropping it in the box. Get it? Hold it. Yes. And praise your dog when they take it back out again, okay? Because what we're doing is getting them used to putting their head actually in the box. Can you get it, Taylor? Yes. Good boy. What a very good boy. Get it, Merlin. Where's it gone? Can you get the toy? He's a good boy. It's very clever. Once they can do that happily, as you saw Taylor could very nicely then, your next stage is to start asking them to pick an item up and put it back in. So we keep it very, very short to start with. Taylor, no, don't give that. Get it. In here. Good boy. Only throw it a short distance. The throwing is more to get your dog excited, okay? If you just place it nearby, you haven't got the chase in there. We want them to get excited about it. The item is in the box now. I'm keeping myself behind the basket because that means that means that my dog's going to come towards me, and as they lean over the basket, I can ask them to drop the item, and it's going to go in the basket more often than not. If I'm next to the basket or in front of it, then my dog's going to come to me and not to the basket. Okay, so short distance again. I'm going to throw it out. Good boy. In here. Yes, good boy. And there it is in the basket. Okay. Yes, that's very clever. Thank you very much. Good boy. What we then can do to make this a bigger exercise is throw it further away in the box. Yes, good boy. That's very clever. I'm still pointing because I'm showing you what I'm asking you to do at the moment. And then we start asking for a little bit more. Yes, good boy. And in the box, Taylor, find it. In the box. Yes, good boy. Oh, I drop it. Good boy. I need to drop it before I can get treated normally. So then what I've asked Taylor to do there is 2 items in a row. So he's gone out and got one, gone out and got the second one while he wasn't looking at me throwing it. Okay, so we're building up the exercise a little bit more. Still not very fun. I still treated for both. So now I can put out 2 items. Taylor, tidy. In the box. Good boy. Go tidy. Taylor. Drop the ball. Go tidy. In the box. Yes. And he's done 2 for 1 treat at the one. I'm going to give him a couple of treats at the end. So this time I didn't treat him individually. I treated him for 2 at the end. But you can treat individually if you want to. Okay, it's entirely up to you. The way to make this then harder again isn't harder on your dog so much, but we move you. So you can either sit up, you can stand up, which is what I'm going to do. And we're going to ask your dog to tidy a couple of their toys in the box. Yes, good boy. And Taylor, go hold it in the box. In the box. Yes, good boy. So now there's a lot less help from me because I'm standing up, which makes it much, much harder. Good boy, Merlin. Taylor, ready? Go hold it. In the box. Yes. And that time there was no pointing from me either. That time Taylor did the whole thing by himself. All I'm doing is standing here to ensure he can get his treat and praise at the end. I didn't point to it. I didn't show him where I wanted anything. He did the whole thing by himself. So to start the exercise, like I say, is getting the dog to put their head in the basket or the box that you use and taking items out. Then just throwing them a short distance outside, getting them to put them in with you on the other side of the item so that you're always opposite your dog. If they come around the box, you just move the other side, okay, and help them with it. If they have a drop word, use the drop word. If not, just bring a treat near their nose while their head is overhanging the basket, and they'll open their mouth for the treat and drop the toy, or have a second toy if need be, okay. Finished item, finished trick for us for this type of exercise will be that you can either stand up or just sit up nice and straight, throw a couple of items down. 2 is fine, you can do more if you'd like to, and ask your dog to do tidy or whatever words you want to use, and that they can bring it back. You can praise them or treat them if you prefer, and then ask them to go out and get at least 1 more toy and bring it back in the box. So we're seeing an understanding of tidying toys plural, rather than it always being about the retrieve itself, because when there's more than one item at least is already out and not being thrown straight away. Okay.